Okay guys, we got a better look at the Ember Toys Mazinkaiser. So as you guys can see here, he looks pretty darn close, right? Looks good, but we do have a better image right here, so you guys can see. So it looks pretty good. Again, sadly, the information here that they give you doesn't say if it's the height, it doesn't give you if it's gonna be ABS, PC plastic, or die cast, nothing, none of that information. But again, like I told you guys, it's pretty much the OG design of Super Robot Wars that he has, so that is pretty nice. Now it looks like if it has any LED lights, it's only gonna be for the chest from the looks of it. The eyes are not translucent, so don't expect those to light up. You can't see inside the cockpit, by the way. The other thing is that the the face mask is kind of, it looks a little bit bent. I don't know if it's just because this is still, a prototype, but I don't know, for some reason it looks a little bit too angular. I don't know, I guess I'm just used to seeing it, being more straightened. But it looks pretty good. It looks pretty good, like I said. Looks pretty good. It even has the little red balls here on the back of the punches, which are actually pretty nice. It does have the blue color for it, and it does have the silver between the knuckles. So that is a nice touch as well. And of course the legs. I do like that they added a little bit of black here, a little bit of black here, a little bit of black, and some gray here on the chest, just to make it stand out, because that was one thing that people were, well, not complaining about, but some people didn't understand this about the Blitzway one. Why did they add, a different gray color here and gray color there? Is to make these parts stand out, because when you have all black, it just turns out like this. So yeah, it's very interesting what they have here. Again, you can see that there's like the paint here didn't dry properly. You can clearly see it here. Remember, this is just a prototype, just a display prototype, so it's one of those things. But let's see if they have another image here. Yeah, this is the other one. This is the first one we saw with the wings on it. Wait, that one? Yeah, this one has the wings as well. But there's this one, which is the other part of the prototype. As you guys can see there, Scrander is gonna be removable, but well, the wings seem to be removable. It does have the actual Scrander here on the back. As you guys can see here, he does have a different symbol, so that means that you're gonna be able to swap out the symbols, which is nice. I like that. And at least from this prototype, looks pretty good. Looks pretty good. You can see how it looks here, how that mask looks here. It doesn't look as angular as it does in the painted one. Maybe some differences, minor differences here and there, but it looks pretty good. Looks pretty good. And now seeing it like this, yeah, I think this guy is maybe 10 inches tall. 9 to 10, 8, 7.5. I think about that. Again, they didn't give us any info. But hey, at least they gave us a stand. So if you want a pretty close to accurate Super Robot Wars Mazinkaiser, it gets pretty darn close. This gets pretty darn close. Obviously, we have to wait for, of course, if it's gonna be plastic, die casting, all that stuff, and see what other stuff it comes with. Maybe it comes with the Turbo Smasher Punch effect parts. Maybe it doesn't come with any effect parts, right? Maybe we don't know. This is the first Ember Toys Super Robot that they're actually doing that is not something like this. That is not this. So we have to see what's going on. But from what I see here, it looks good. Looks good. Obviously, not to the level of what Blitzway did, or a Chungoki, or a CCS Toys. but or SkyX Studios, you know, but we have to wait and see. Oh yeah, CCS Toys hasn't come out with a Mazinkaiser. Well, oh yeah, they did. They did SKL. I always forget about that, but yeah, we have to wait and see what happens. But so far from what I've seen here, I like it. I like it. I think there is room for improvement, but I think that there's also a good market for people that want this design. And like I said before, I think this one, if I remember correctly, is only going to come with the dual Kaiser blades instead of the big Kaiser blade. Like I said, that was added way later. I think when General of Darkness came out, that's when they added that to Mazinkaiser in the games. But I could be wrong about that. But still, pretty nice. So let's see what happens here. And if I remember correctly, I think the reason the Scrander is on the back here, now that I remember why the Scrander is still here, is because this Mazinkaiser, remember that basically the reason Mazinkaiser exists is because Shingether was made for Super Robot Wars, and then when they made that game, they went like, oh, we should make a Mazinkaiser, we should make something for Mazinger Seed, you know, to evolve it to be just as strong as Shingether. So that's why Mazinkaiser was made. So I guess this Mazinkaiser, wouldn't be surprised, like great, keeps its Scrander on the back, and then when it's not using it, the wings are removed, you know, the wings go inside the little pack, and then when he uses it, he just pulls them out. So yeah, that's probably what they did there. So that's nice. That's nice. I guess it might hinder the articulation a little bit, but we'll see. We'll see. There is still a bunch of ifs, and we just don't know. But I gotta say, the paint job, at least of this one, and this is a good picture. It doesn't look that good, but again, prototype. We have to wait for the actual product or more official images, because like I said, you can see here how this didn't dry properly in the paint job here and here, and you can see a little bit here. So yeah, we have to wait and see. So hope you guys enjoyed the video. Please like, comment, subscribe for more, and see you guys next time.